When you're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them. When you walk, I want you to do like this. You're doing this. Boom, 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 boom. You keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
2. Jake Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. Almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bull.
Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Mike Tyson recently teamed up for a savage training session ahead of Tank's highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. The gym atmosphere was electric as the boxing legend passed down his trademark ferocity and precision. Tyson personally worked with Davis on mastering explosive punching techniques, emphasizing head movement, body torque, and knockout-level uppercuts. Observers said Tank looks sharper than ever, channeling Tyson's signature aggression and speed. With this mentorship, Gervonta appears more dangerous than ever heading into the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah. Are there any considerations when you're moving your head, like you're trying to get your head out of the center line?
No, well, you want to get out the center, but the objective for him to throw the punch before you can counter. Like if he throws the punch here, you come here, you go to here, right, and you're still outside.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. So you want them to miss, and when they miss, that's your opportunity.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can punch while he's punching, you can throw boom at the same time. As he punches, boom, you go down.
Absolutely.
It's all about moving after you punch. As soon as you punch, you're gone. Whatever it is, boom, side, whatever it is, you have to go.
I love that foot movement. Is that something that Casamano taught you?
Yeah, twisting.
Twisting is what it's called.
Twisting is what it's called. The matchup between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is scheduled for November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. It was initially to be held in Atlanta, but was moved after concerns from the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission over how large the weight difference is between the two fighters.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this. But Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
This is random, though. Mike Tyson, having shared the ring with Jake Paul, has voiced caution as Paul prepares to face Gervonta Davis. Tyson knows firsthand the pressure and unpredictability in stepping into the ring with Paul, but he also understands the severe risks of confronting a fighter as explosive and technically skilled as Davis. While Paul may carry advantages in size and youth, Tyson believes Tank's speed, timing, and one-punch knockout power make him a serious threat regardless of the weight disparity. His warning suggests Paul may be underestimating Davis's danger.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
He's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight is pretty durable. However, while training with Tank, Tyson openly admitted that Jake's punches had surprising force. Tyson said his whole body was sore after the session, a statement that shocked many who underestimated Paul's physicality. Coming from Tyson, a man who has faced and inflicted devastating knockouts, this was not casual praise. It highlights that Paul's power is real, not manufactured hype. It also validates Paul's dedication to strength training and boxing fundamentals, proving he isn't just a YouTuber dabbling in combat sports, but a serious athlete capable of delivering legitimate damage.
Oh, no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
Over the fans and pundits have drawn parallels between Gervonta Davis and Mike Tyson, often citing their knockout power, aggressive mindsets, and larger-than-life personas. But the comparisons always carry caveats. Davis is operating in a very different era, weight class, and landscape of boxing, while Tyson's legacy is shaped by a ferocious peak that still defines heavyweight lore.
I have to ask you, would you ever remake your famous video game? Bring it to the next generation consoles, my friend?
Hey, I'm just happy to be alive. Thank
What
you.
about, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? What do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do you think about them comparing him to you? You're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you. Okay.
I think Tank is a great fighter. You think he's a great fighter, but what do they think? What do you think about them comparing it to you? You're a legend, my friend. Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Okay. Bye. On the flip side, Davis himself has pushed back against being labeled a younger Tyson. In interviews, he's drawn distinctions. He calls himself more of a boxer-puncher, whereas Tyson was more of a brawler in style, relying heavily on aggression and intimidation.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson?
Nah,
What do you call your style?
I don't know. I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person.
A brawler, like somebody that's like.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like. Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole pack. I don't know.
After Tyson's loss to Jake Paul, Davis criticized the matchup. He questioned why Tyson, a legend, would get back in the ring for some money. He implied that the spectacle may have hurt rather than honored Tyson's legacy. That critique is telling that Davis doesn't seem eager to canonize Tyson as an infallible mentor or parallel. But now Davis finds himself facing echoes of that same criticism. Accepting a flashy, controversial fight with Paul has drawn backlash from fans, pundits, and boxing purists.
For Tank Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
Many view the matchup as more spectacle than sport, arguing it favors entertainment over merit. Critics point out that Davis bypassed a logical rematch with Lamont Roach, which many felt he owed to chase a high-paying draw. At the recent press conference, Davis snapped at the critics, saying he doesn't care what people think and urging fans to enjoy the drama. Look at this face-off, Henry. What?
You think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. Like, he tried to knock him out for sure.
How much money you think they paid Tank?
Tank gonna make upwards around 100 million.
Say a word.
Real talk, so you can't really blame him for taking.
Perry, known for his raw and unfiltered takes, strongly criticized the idea of Gervonta Davis stepping in against Jake Paul. According to Perry, Tank Davis is not the knockout artist he once was, suggesting that his passion for boxing has dimmed over time. Perry further added that when a fighter loses the pure love for the sport, it becomes extremely difficult to compete against opponents who are naturally bigger, heavier, and more motivated. He emphasized that Davis, despite his skill and speed, would face an uphill battle against Paul, who could enter the ring nearly 180 pounds heavier. That kind of weight discrepancy is not a minor detail. It changes everything about the way punches land, how stamina is tested, and how much punishment a fighter can absorb.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
what's cringe about it?
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing. Tank Davis guaranteed $40 million.
If you were in that position, would you fight Jake Paul?
Oh, hell yeah. You got to give Jake Paul his flowers. Mike Tyson, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul is a disruptor, and he's done a phenomenal job at that. You get big and famous enough to where they will just hand you the title shot and completely throw out the ranking system.
If Jake Paul was to do that, I think that'd be the greatest sports accomplishment in history. Going from a Disney Channel kid to a YouTuber to becoming a world champion.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy. I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. Like, I think it started like that for him. But the influence of Floyd Mayweather, Money Man, not Pretty Boy, but the Money Man, and building your brand and selling tickets and selling pay-per-views and becoming a household name, that's also a legacy. You got the legacy in the ring and you got the legacy in terms of how you sold. I believe Gervonta Davis is more focused on selling tickets and making money and securing his future for himself and his family. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't got nothing else to prove. If you're trying to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, it's still a whole lot to prove. My point is, Roy, is I don't think, should everybody hold this man to the standard that they hold him to and say, you not fighting nobody, yeah, you making money, but you ain't really fought nobody. If he don't even care about that, that's not even something that he's really focused on. If his main focus is the money, and his main focus is getting out of boxing without getting hurt and retiring on his own terms, shouldn't his fan base and other people get on board with that if that's not even his goal? How can we hold him to something like that if he don't even hold himself to that?
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult took a blunt approach, claiming that Jake Paul is going to land heavy shots on Gervonta Davis. His reasoning stems from the clear physical advantages Jake carries into the fight: size, reach, and punching power. While Tank is skilled, Showbiz argues that Paul's advantages in strength and durability will allow him to impose his will. This assessment adds to the growing skepticism surrounding Davis's chances in such a matchup. While Davis has explosive speed and technique, Showbiz believes the difference in physical dimensions will prove decisive, tipping the fight in Jake's favor.
Your buddy Jake just signed on to fight Tank Davis. What do you think of that fight? He's got like 100 pounds on him.
Yeah. You know, and they say that there's a large weight discrepancy. Like, me and Jeremy are the same size. So, you know, it's his lower half is really small. My legs are going to work the best that night. I have really strong legs. I'll squat twice the size that he can. And so my strong legs are going to do work. Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
Critics argue that Jake Paul's recent actions, including his victory over 58-year-old Mike Tyson, highlight a troubling trend in his boxing career. Many view his choice to face an aging legend as a spectacle rather than a legitimate challenge, casting doubt on his commitment to the sport. Notable figures like Carl Fr. have dismissed Paul's performance as lacking genuine skill, suggesting that his success is more about entertainment than athletic prowess.
How does Tank Davis beat Jake Paul? I mean, you have Shakur Stevenson saying Jake Paul doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, and that Gervonta Tank Davis would just outbox him and beat him on points.
I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
And I get that, but when I think of Tank Davis, I think of a guy who kind of counters you to knock you out. I think of a guy who's not really a busy fighter. And this isn't just a size thing, because hell, if it was Jake Paul versus the prime Manny Pacquiao, I would say Manny Pacquiao because of Manny Pacquiao's style, how busy he is, how he hops in and out. I think he would collect the points. While Tank Davis, I think he punches the least amount of all fighters in the world right now. So do I think he can one punch KO Jake Paul? Well, the thing is about Gervonta has really shown a huge amount of concern fighting anything north of 135. Check this out.
He hit me in the back of my head. That stung a little bit, but other than that, it wasn't really. That's why I was nervous. Like, he's 140, so I wasn't trying to get caught too clean.
Criticized Jake Paul's choice of opponents, arguing that many of them aren't active high-level boxers or are past their prime. He believes Paul hasn't proven himself against those who represent the current elite of the sport. In response, Paul has insisted he attempted to fight Tommy Fury, saying Fury declined his offers, highlighting that the Fury fight would have been a major test. The bout with Tommy Fury in February 2023 turned out to be one of the few times Paul faced a full-blown professional boxer in his prime. Paul lost that fight by split decision, marking his first and so far only defeat against a boxer who is active and well-established in the sport.
Jake Paul, you've lost your mind if you think you can go toe-to-toe with Anthony Joshua. Listen, let's not get confused, guys. Let's not get confused. Yes, cool. Anthony, he took a big L with Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois is not no joke, bro. He's not a joke. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He took a L there. But Jake Paul, I got the utmost respect of what he's done, how he's managed to navigate through the boxing world. Like, bro, it's so mad. And I can see this is like a 90%. It's happening. It's positioning, it's marketing already. Like, why would you see Jake Paul go face-to-face with Alexander Usyk if it's not to position for a fight for Saudi? Obviously, Jake Paul's going to fight Anthony Joshua. There's possibly going to be a Usyk against Tyson Fury 3 because obviously the last two were so close. But you never know. It can also be a Usyk against Derek Chisora. Do you know what I mean? You never know.
Smith has openly criticized Jake Paul for choosing to fight boxing legend Mike Tyson. Smith argues that if Paul is serious about boxing, he should compete against opponents of his age and caliber rather than calling out seasoned veterans who possess.
You are beating up on dudes who don't box. They're not boxers.
I was on Disney Channel while these guys were winning UFC championships.
Okay.
You know, I was playing with Mickey Mouse while these guys were throwing arm bars and winning UFC championships. Everyone's, analyzing my career, critiquing it, paying attention to it from day one, but you can't tell me who was Mike Tyson's first fight. You can't tell me who Muhammad Ali, who is his fourth fight. No one knows, but everyone's seen all of my fights. I tried to fight Tommy Fury. Yeah, I tried to fight Tommy Fury, and he backed out due to a rib injury. Undefeated, young prospect. He comes from the Fury family. His brother's the heavyweight champion of the world. I tried to fight him, and he got